chat. We're joined now by Danny Meeks, President of GWAV Technology Solutions. Danny, great to see you. Tell us, where do you fit in the U.S. steel industry? And thanks very much for joining us.
Right now, we have 13 different locations in Ohio, North Carolina, and Virginia, right here in the Mid-Atlantic. We do see that tariffs will be beneficial to the American metal market.
And what do you do then? You're active in the scrap metal market?
Yes, we collect scrap metal from different companies, vendors. Right here in the Hampton Roads region, we have all the shipyards, repair shops, machine shops, shipbuilding, the government bases, the Port of Virginia. All of those are our customers. So we bring in the scrap metal from those locations. We sort it out, then we send it out.
Right. Your big customers are Nucor, a major steel producer in North America.
We do sell to Nucor. We do a lot of business with Sims Metal Management. We do a lot of business with Georgia Pacific and BlackRock.
Right. BlackRock, how do you do business with BlackRock?
BlackRock, they have a commodity piece of it. It's called BlackRock Commodities. I'm not for sure if it's actually tied to BlackRock, the equity funders, but is a company called BlackRock that does trade metal. Georgia Pacific is huge in metal recycling. They sell commodities all over the world. They already had the infrastructure, dealing with the paper, so they made another streamline many years ago, selling copper, brass, electric motors, scrap metal, PNS. HMS metals.
That's interesting. I always thought Georgia Pacific was lumber solely. Yeah, it's interesting. I hadn't realized that. Yeah. And then
they're real big, and they're real big in metal recycling.
You mentioned this other outfit, Sims, which is apparently the largest scrap metal company in the world. What do they do with the product they get from you?
We sell them scrap. They sell a lot of the material they get overseas. They do deal with new, like I do. Right here, Hereford, North Carolina, Nucor has one of their branches in Hereford. We deal with them. So does Sims. Sims also sells a lot of their metal overseas. We sell a lot of material. I want to say we're probably around the 38% of Sims' business in Hampton Roads, 35 to 38% of Sims' business in the Mid-Atlantic region. We work very closely with Sims. They've been a great partner over the years.
So tell us, insofar as Mr. Trump's tariffs are likely to push up metal prices in the States, especially steel and aluminum, that's good for your business anyway.
Yes, really, I think the tariffs is really making a level playing field for the U.S. steel mills. For years, we've been getting bullied by China, with what they do. They make a lot of bullock, then dump it on the market. I really think this right here makes a level playing field. I think it's going to be beneficial for all the steel mills in the United States.
I mean, one read on the situation is that Trump is putting tariffs on Canada and Mexico, or threatening that he will, because our two countries apparently are bringing in a lot of Chinese steel and then exporting our own to the United States. So China is said to be the core of the problem here.
Correct. That's why he has to put the tariffs on Mexico and Canada, because a lot of our companies are going to the States for cheaper labor. I mean, you want the playing field to be level. We got to pay our guys $25, $30 an hour with benefits. The neighboring countries and who we're competing against should be something along that lines. It's all about making the place a better place to live, work, and sleep. And with what he's doing with these tariffs, it's always two sides to everything with the tariffs. But we have since he's been out of office, the steel mills have been getting beat up by foreign companies. So it's an opportunity for them to come back and actually look. Everybody knows the best steel in the world is made in America. We have the right technology. We have the right companies here making the steel. And that's why he wants his steel made in America with the infrastructure packages he's going to come out with and that he did in the past. all the steel had to come from America, or it couldn't be used. So I think that's great for everybody.
Do you not feel a bit sad though? I mean, obviously we're a Great Lakes neighbor of Ohio here in Canada, that there couldn't be some way found out not to cut off our steel or not to tariff our steel?
I think if you're going to make a level playing field across the globe, I think it has to be, you have to set presence. And he said, no exceptions. Um, and nobody's getting a break, no exemptions. And, we do a lot with Canada. I think it's one rail that goes from Canada all the way to Mexico. But if we can't let our neighboring, our companies, our U.S. companies go to those neighboring states for, cheaper, and there, it puts us out of our American citizens out of a job, so I do stand behind President Trump on that.
Give us an idea, just I'm not sure, are you able, I think the company is public. How big is GreenWave Technology roughly in revenue? Can you give us a ballpark figure?
Last year we did around 36 million. This year we look with the tariffs, we should be between about 10% increased revenue this year. We've definitely we have been growing. We're up to about 185 employees. We invested about $30 million in infrastructure this year. Are great and thankful. We're very thankful for our shareholders, been very patient for our second shredder to come up online. And who knew that these tariffs would benefit us? We're sitting on right now about 20 to 25,000, 22,000 tons of scrap. Last month, the market went up about $30. Next month, it should go up another 30. So we'll get the benefit of having the shredder operating, but it should be operating very soon.
Thank you very much for joining us, Danny.
All right, great. And thank you for having me.
Danny